Yeah, glad to have you all. Welcome to Office Hours. What day are we in today? Wednesday.
Hump day.
Yep, yep. How's everyone doing?
Not bad, just off work.
Good, good.
I don't have a test tomorrow, so I'm happy.
Fantastic. Let me just fire up the stream.
We had a chance to take a look at the Web UI Forge thing.
I have actually. Yeah, I have. I've got it up right here.
Working well
Install
for
it.
you, or
Yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, it's different. I'm gonna have to do a bit of reading. For those of you not aware, we're talking about this. I'll paste the link into the chat. In Twitch too. And yeah, it's a fork of Automatic 1111 that has some real performance gains, especially for lower end hardware. Pretty interesting outputs that you can get from it. I would say a little bit faster. I'm on a 4090, so it's hard to get faster than that.
have you
But
tried the turbo samplers yet?
I have, yeah. I've tried. I've tried the Lycon's new model that came out,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, quite good. Quite good. Um, I really like to see some benchmarks on the lower end hardware though, and there's a lot
How
of it
big
that
is the change? Do you have like 0.2 seconds per image from
yeah,
from 0.5?
yeah, it's definitely not really noticeable for me, but some of the gains that he's talking about here seem to be pretty quick. The one thing I haven't tested yet is the control net. He's saying that for SDXL control nets, you should see a huge change, about
Mm-hmm.
30 to 45%. So that's exciting. I also need to look at the stuff he's talking about, Unit Patcher and the Koya high res fix and all that sort of thing. They're all implemented here, and I haven't played with those yet because I don't know what they do.
Beats me.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But yeah, pretty exciting. The guy's obviously a genius. Interesting to see that he's got SVD implemented as well.
I did see that, but I haven't tried it. Yeah.
Yeah, I still prefer Comfy for this stuff um, just because the flows that I have here on, I'll put this in the chat as well. The flow that I have here uh, integrates film frame interpolation for much smoother videos, and it uses less VRAM than this does.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see SVD implemented inside Auto 1111 now, and it's not on the official fork. Sorry, not fork. It's not on the official development either.
Repo.
Yeah, I don't think it has SVD support yet. So
I
really cool.
wonder if Vlad has this.
Good question. I haven't looked at. Is that SD next?
Yeah, it's the next. I haven't looked at that for a long time.
Sure. No, I'm not. I'm not sure, but I do like that. That's a step forward. And also, there's 123. This is the 3D model creator, I believe, from Stability. I tried it in the past on Comfy. Never really had good results, but might be worth checking out in here. But otherwise, yeah, pretty good. We'll see what happens. Question in the Twitch chat: when will the new features arrive in on-site generation? I really can't tell you, to be honest. I know that my guys are working away on it really hard. I've seen designs and I've seen what the developers are working on to implement, but I don't have a time scale for it, I'm afraid.
I can answer that. It's soon. TM.
Correct. Yep.
As always.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to.
But didn't Max say something about at least upscaling arriving soon?
Yeah. Yeah, upscaling
I mean,
should
really,
be.
really,
Well,
really
that's
soon.
that's what I was
Soon TM.
told. Yeah, that's what I was told. Yep. So we will see.
Yeah, and it will stay without a price tag for the testing phase.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future, we don't have a plan right now to start charging Buzz. It will come eventually,
And
as
the other
we.
thing And the other thing were the comfy workflows, right?
Comfy workflows, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to be implemented. It's not. You're not going to see the comfy interface. It's all going to be. It's going to be comfy powered behind the scenes. There's not going to actually be a comfy interface.
But at least the extra section is coming soon, right?
Yeah.
For the workflows.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So comfy backend, like Morse is saying. Yep. And with it, we'll bring a lot more support than we have had previously. Yeah. Creepy
That'll
guys.
make at least some guy happy.
Hmm?
At least one person will be very happy about that change.
Right. Creepy guy says that Civitai Link works on Forge also, which is really cool to know. I didn't realize that. So another thing to check out. And I do like it. This button down here. You can send your image and your generation parameters over to the SVD tab to animate it. So that's cool. A lot of cool stuff. Let's see. Sites won't let me generate the JFK images I need. Is that the FBI stop you? The CIA stop you? I don't know. What do you mean JFK? Like literal.
Well, he needs to plan it somehow.
It's true. Time traveler here. Yeah.
Yeah, is JFK prohibited due to a real person list?
No, they should. Well, perhaps it depends if he's in the list. Yeah,
I have no idea.
I'm not sure if JFK's big enough to be on the. Is he
Yeah,
famous enough to be on the list? Yeah.
He's not. He
How can
wasn't that
JFK not be famous enough?
important.
Hey, come on! This is Taylor Swift, and she's the new Queen of America. So,
Yep.
she's American
Yeah,
royalty.
I think everything. I think a list of the names and surnames of every president of the United States isn't that hard to get.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, so there is a list behind the scenes that that precludes people from generating their likeness on the generator, but we don't share it. We're not sharing the list. That may change because we've had a lot of feedback about the generator and about people being muted for innocent prompting, and we don't really tell them why they were. We give them warnings, but we don't actually specify exactly the word that they used that's given them the warning. So that's probably going to have to change. We're going to have to highlight that. But yeah, on the on-site generator, it's best to stay away from real persons' names. If you were generating locally using something like this, for example, or Focus, then you'd have no problems. You could generate JFK to your heart's content. And I'm kind of scared to try it, actually. I don't really want to do it on stream. Let's see, we've got some stats coming through from Forge right now. Oh, 8 and 9 iterations a second. Wow. Pretty good. And what kind of card do you have? Oh, a 3080. Very good. Yep. Cool. So what else has been going on? Anything, any problems? I do have, if you have submitted a problem, a feature request or a bug, down in the feature requests button down here, then there's a bit of a backlog. I'm working my way through them. We received a whole bunch of them at the weekend, so I'm trying to get caught up. So if I haven't replied to yours yet, I will do. I'll get to it today or tomorrow. Oh, sorry about that, Morse. Morse hasn't tested the API plus token because he had to take the kid to the hospital. I hope everything's all right there. That's never a fun time. Yeah, once things calm down and you get a chance to test the API, then yeah, let me know. I'll pass it on to the API guy if I need to. A lot of failed generations on site. Failed generations, so you're just getting the red error at the top. Your images don't pop in, they don't appear. Okay, I'll make a note. I haven't seen any issues today. I mean, nobody's reported any that I've seen, so I will get them to test it out. Oh, creepy guy also. Failed gens. So a couple of people mentioning that. All right, I'll pass that over straight away. I had a chat with Max. You guys are going to add more people to the featured posts now. What do you mean? Well, yes, I do. I think I know what you're talking about, maybe? What exactly do you mean by more people to the featured posts? You mean just a broader range? He may have been talking about the decision to... Yeah, a broader range of images. Okay, yeah. So we have decided that we are going to start spicing things up a little bit. We talked about the change to the range of content, the content classifications. So instead of having tags, we're now going to have 5 levels ranging from PG all the way up to XXX. We're also going to start featuring kind of PG-13 images on the front page, in the featured images, in the featured posts. Because looking around, we realized that, you know, you could look at Civitai, you can look at Midjourney, and they're practically indistinguishable in the terms of content. There's nothing, by looking at our site when you're not logged in, there's nothing that jumps out at you that there's actually a difference, that Stable Diffusion's a lot more, you've got a lot more freedom to create whatever you want. There's a lot more spicy stuff. So yeah, we're going to try and show nothing explicit, nothing completely fully naked, but just a little bit more exciting than the landscapes and the, you know, the sort of stuff that we have right now.
Are we talking like swimwear, underwear spicy, or kind of like,
Yeah, well, yeah.
you know,
Well,
two people in one picture kind of spicy?
I don't think we'll go that far, but we'll probably get we'll probably definitely get some swimwear in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, swimwear, underwear, kind of lingerie, but not actually showing any parts. Yeah. So, 2 people, 1 picture. Yeah, I've seen that video. Yeah, some of the showcase images that we had in are fantastic. I like the Dracula one's really, really good. There was a whole set, actually. I might have featured the post. There was a whole set of kind of Bela Lugosi, Dracula, film noir sort of things.
Yeah, those are pretty neat.
Horror stuff is a bit different, a bit difficult. We'll have to talk about that. One change that we are going to make, though, is great news for furries. Furry content's going to be unshadow banned, if you weren't aware, because historically the image tagger wasn't great at picking up furry penises and furry boobies. We had to shadow ban furry content from the front page. So that's why you never see any furries in the featured or anywhere else in here. So that's going to be taken off, and you're going to start seeing appropriate furry content appear in the front page.
If I can kind of poke at this for a little bit. On the leaderboards,
Yes.
the categories, if you're not in the mature tab, they all kind of filter out anything that isn't like sexy attire or below.
That's right.
Are we gonna now allow like the underwear, the swimwear on the leaderboard in that like algorithm, the calculations for that?
I haven't heard anything specifically, but the number of touch points that we're going to have based on this new, 5 levels thing is huge. It's huge. We've already got a big list, so I'm sure leaderboards calculations will be factored into that. Yeah, I'll make a note though. Leaderboard calcs for the new content tiers. So the picture that you just posted of the Elizabethan lady, or I think that might be acceptable. So we're still gonna have to chat about it, about what exactly we're gonna feature and what we're gonna allow on the front page. But there's for the Twitch people, there is a lady with a rather large cleavage. But it's a nice, tasteful image. And yeah, I think that's the sort of thing that we'll allow. So, very cool. And it opens us up to a whole, think about how much not safe for work and kind of lewd content we've got that's really, actually, really good, tasteful stuff. So, it'll be nice to get that in front of more people. For in Twitch, that's correct. Soft, not nudity, but kind of lewd images, maybe some swimwear, that sort of thing will soon be able to be featured and appear on the front page for not logged in users as well. Yeah. So we're changing our whole filtering system, going from PG up to XXX, and I think the stuff that comes going to appear on the front page will probably be like a PG-13 level. Yeah, provocative but not completely nude. Exactly, creepy guy. Yeah. We do need a not safe for life level above XXX.
And will they be immediately banned from the platform and the NSA agent and FBI agent comes to assassinate you level?
I think that's you can probably find that round about the X level. Yeah, there's a lot of only if it's the JFK content. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, exactly. The point is that neither DALI, there's a comment in here. The point is that neither DALI or Midjourney produce this sort of stuff. So we want to show why and how we're different and what you can do with our stuff that you can't do over there, which is a huge draw. Let's not beat about the bush, so to speak. It's a huge draw compared to those services. Okay. Let me see if I. We're not going to talk about the bush that we're beating around. Nope. No. Okay, we talked about Forge, which is really awesome. I've chased Justin on. I don't know. It's Militant Hitchhiker here today. Don't think so. He brought up a lot of good points, fair points yesterday about our support for Comfy. So, we definitely need to do a better job there. So I've chased up Justin on that, and it's just something that's ongoing. We've only got limited number of developers, and we kind of have to prioritize on what we're able to do. But there's movement there. Things are coming. We do need more developers, and that's true. And if you are a developer, please apply. If we are looking for full stack developers, always. So down here at the bottom, we have a join us link, and if you click that, it'll take you here, and it'll talk about some of the roles that we have available. But even if one of the open positions doesn't fit what you do, but you think you could be an asset to the team, then yeah, just click on one of these and just apply anyway. Doesn't matter which, just to get it in front of us. And yeah, you can pretend to be a developer, absolutely. You'll get through to the interview and our developers will grill you.
Depends how fast my ChatGPT can respond to the interview questions.
I know, absolutely. I did an interview once, not at Civitai, long time ago, for a guy who you could hear the keyboard clicking in the background after every question. And
Google.
My boss and I would just look at each other, like, what's going on? And then we asked a question, and I went to Google and Googled the question, and he kind of pretty much read back exactly the same as I was looking at on the screen. So it happens. It happens.
For
At
sure.
least I would at least have a TTS doing the questions. I'm too lazy to write the question, Google the questions myself.
Sure.
Just have a text, speech to text, not text to speech, speech to text. Just write the question. Less clicking.
True. Let's see. Orchid Station on Twitch has a low VRAM card, 6 gigabytes. Oof, that's It's pushing the boundaries, especially for SDXL. Forge has been amazing for SDXL. That's really good to hear. Also for SDXL, I'd really recommend Focus, but you probably get more controllability with Forge. Focus is also, I mean, they're by the same developer, so I'd expect, the same sort of performance, I suppose. But there is a guide to Focus on the Education Hub. Probably be a guide to Forge going up soon, once I've worked it all out. Let's see, where's Focus? So if you're on a low VRAM card, Focus is, or has been, the go-to interface for SDXL in the last few weeks. Beautiful images, real fast processing speeds, even with very, very low amounts of VRAM. So, and it does a lot too. There's the interface is so good. You just, very little box clicking. You can really get into the image generation real quick, combining images together, and face swapping and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's pretty crappy face swapping, but it's acceptable. It's like budget Tom Cruise there. But yeah, that's interesting to hear that Forge also has really good SDXL support. Fantastic. Make a note. Question here. Did the showcase carousel idea get any development? It's in the list. I've put it in Justin's dump. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. I'll chase it up. Showcase carousel idea. We hit here. 3060 with 12 gig of VRAM. It's nice that models are tempted to go lower with VRAM rather than just throw hardware at it. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. It's nice that developers are taking into account people with lower end hardware, for sure. Hey Toby, nice of you to join us. Thanks everyone for coming and joining us at Office Hours. If you've never been to Office Hours before, it's just a time for you guys to throw some questions at me. I take them away, and if I can't answer them, I'll take them to the developers and see if we can get some answers for the next day. And in between times, if you don't have any questions, I just waffle all about new developments, things that are coming to Civitai, new developments in the space, new implementations, that sort of stuff. So like I was saying, I'm still manfully making my way through all the feedback that I've received in the last few days. I haven't got to maybe 60 of them, 60 cases still to go. So if you have put some feedback in and haven't received a reply, then I'm definitely working on it. I'll have them cleared out tonight or tomorrow. And that is from the feature requests and the bug forums down here. Anyone have anything exciting that's particularly broken with the site? I'm trying to think of a bug that we could maybe get your help testing. I know of one that I could use your help trying to replicate, but I'm just going to get flooded with DMs. So, okay, let's try it. If anyone's willing to help me here, all of you are probably going to do it. Probably a bad idea. If you open up the DM system, let's try Mr. Yuritaku here. It won't break the site, it'll just break my DMs. So we have a bug saying that if you hold down the enter key when you send your message, it will send multiples of the same message. Now, I have been unable to replicate this in any browser. So if you can get that to work, let's try it here. Multiple messages? Question? Right, we're going to hold down the enter key. Oh, it does work. Look at that. Wow. Why has it never worked before? Let's try again.
Well, it's because you're doing it live, so it always has to break now.
Right. I just have to do all my bug testing, live. I wonder if it's because I'd never messaged Yuritaku before. That was the first message I sent to him on this account. because when I tried it with conversations that were already open, it didn't happen. So somebody who's
What
never,
is this? Banned for spam.
I know I'm
Report
gonna
that guy.
yeah, we get banned. Yeah, if someone hasn't messaged me before and wants to try it I'd have to accept, wouldn't I? Yeah, just give it a go. Somebody who's never messaged me before, send me a message and hold down enter as you submit. Let's try it now. Oh, it does. Look at that. Wow. Oh well. And we broke the site as well. All right, good to know. We'll get a fix for that out. Thanks for your help testing that. Fantastic. It's not happening with messages I've sent you before, says Mr. Morse. Sorry, Major. Which is interesting. So maybe it's only on new conversations. Okay. I'll pass that on as well. Only new convos.
Well, it did work when I was replying in our starting conversation.
Ah. Okay, good to know. Okay, question here from Dever. When someone reviews your model, you get notified when they click the stars on the post, not when it gets submitted. Anything be done? Yeah, okay, so as soon as they click the stars, 1, 2, whatever, Engelstein, you're going to have to stop. You're probably the site's probably fallen over because you're trying to send so many messages. Dever's question again, sorry. So when you click these, when you've uploaded a picture or whatever, and you click the stars, they automatically get the notification even if they haven't finished typing it and submitted it. Okay, that's a pain. But that may be overhauled very soon anyway. I mean, it will be overhauled as part of the review system change, but I'll note it down anyway just in case it's still a thing. And I'll talk about the review system change in a second. So, stars, send. So when you click the stars on a review, it sends the notification even before it's submitted. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's because it creates the review as soon as you click the stars, but if you add images after,
Yeah, just
then,
fills in the details.
yeah.
Yeah. Another thing with reviews is I noticed that typing a review in the post section does not count as a worded review. I had to copy and paste it in the right-hand side under the models used. Oh.
Yeah, when you're making the review and you put the images in, the
Mhm.
box that comes up, the text box, is for the image post, not for the review post.
Ah, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I've seen that a few times before where like somebody thought they were writing a review comment, but they're writing it on the post, and then so like if I get a review, I have to like check both spots to see if they wrote something.
Got you. That makes sense. Okay. That also might be addressed
Yeah, that might get
when
fixed.
So with the reviews, we're getting rid of the star system completely. We are changing to a much simpler binary system with thumbs up and thumbs down, even though the thumbs down will only be used, I think internally. You may be able to see thumbs down. There's still a debate around whether you'll actually be able to see a thumbs down. But the idea is, right now, you get a 1-star review, it's practically the end of the world because it does mess up your metrics, right? And very rarely do you get a good constructive 1 or 2 or 3 or even 4-star review. So anything less than a 5 is a 1 pretty much right now. And that has to change. It's been a problem for a long, long time. So of the binary system, you either upvote if you like something. If you don't like something, just leave it alone. Or maybe if we provide the feature, you can thumbs down it. But yeah, that's going to be the plan. We've taken a lot of feedback on it. I think it's going to be better for creators all around. And it keeps us in line with a lot of other sites that do the same sort of thing as well. The star system has just always been really hard to implement, really hard to... It was meant to foster good feedback, but no, never really worked. So how's it going to work when we actually make the change? So we're going to convert everything like 3 and above to a 5, or to a thumbs up, and everything else will just be dropped off, I believe. But I don't have a timescale for that either. Let's see. We've got some feedback here. I hated getting 4-star reviews. Yep. Yeah, and I mean, we find most of the time we just exclude those reviews from the average anyway. People, it's a 4-star review or it's a 3-star review with no text and no images. It's absolutely useless, and all we end up doing is just excluding it or deleting it. So it's just time that we don't have to spend fixing those. Thanks for everyone who tested chat, and it seems like I'm not getting the signals for pending. If I refresh, I should get a few pending chats through. So something. Oh, look at that, 25. Well, you can't see it. 25. So for some reason, signals didn't connect there. Signals not working. I didn't get it. Okay, for future reference, if you're not connected to the signals service for any reason, you should have a little disconnected icon here, which I didn't have. Refreshed to destroyed inbox. So yeah, definitely some problems. But yeah, I'm not getting the... Oh, there we go. See? Not connected. May not receive live messages or alerts. So looks like it's coming in and out. But thanks to everyone who tested that one. Are we looking for front-end devs by any chance? It's definitely worth applying. Thanks for first-time chatter as well. Thanks for joining us on Twitch. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got any dev experience, front-end, back-end, full stack, whatever, please apply, and our guys will run you through the interview process. So Daz has put the link in there, the Civitai Content Careers, but you can find that link also from the bottom down here. There's a join us at the bottom of the site. There's a couple of careers listed in here, but if you don't fit into either of these, doesn't really matter. You can just click on it and send us an application anyway. It'll get in front of us. We haven't updated this for quite a while. Uh, 20 pictures on a post, which I thought was ordered review. Yeah, it's very complex. I agree that the review system, very complex. I like hearing feedback about it because it just kind of further cements that we're making the right choice by changing. So I'll make these notes. Reviews suck.
Yeah, put that one in bold.
Yeah, it's all caps. Yeah. Quite a lot of the blocks, I guess you could call them, that we have on the site, the design features that are really, really old, that we've had from the absolute start of Civitai. Like this whole section here are, this has been around forever, months and months. And we have a designer on board now. We have a designer who is working his way through all of this stuff, making sure that it is the best that it can be. So not just reviews is going to see a change. You're going to see a change across this section here about how models are liked, hearted, and bookmarked. There's going to be huge changes. Oh god, somebody said they love the heart. That's not good, because the heart might be going away.
No.
Yeah, yep.
I'm gonna have to have a word with this guy.
I know. So, but I think it's going to be for the best. It's going to be for the best. It's we need a better way to bookmark your content and models. So
Please just fix collections before you remove the heart.
that's yep. That is something that we're planning on doing as well. We've actually, let's have a look at collections. Delete the heart, replace it with the article bookmark style. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much a plan, is to kind of consolidate everything into collections. Collections is always meant to be more than it is right now, but it never really made it out of the alpha phase. So it really needs some work, but we are definitely going to true up how collections work. Let's have a look at this menu here. Liked models and bookmarked articles. Why is it not bookmarked models? Why is there such a difference here and the way these work? It's just because, we grew over time and we added things over time and didn't really think about them at the time. But yeah, we're going to get that fixed up. Collections, we took a whole bunch of feedback a couple of weeks in the past. One of the office hours, we talked about folders and ways to tag your collections and being able to actually make collections from within the collections page. Collections that contain multiple types of media, so it could be 5 images plus a model plus an article in the same collection, which would be huge. We've got all these ideas, and I'm not exactly sure which ones are going to be implemented. Featured collections. Okay. Yeah, we collections are like one of the least discoverable things on the site, which is really odd. You can't search for a collection. You can search for a collection. I take it back. Of course you can search for a collection. Everyone knows that. So, but yeah, otherwise, really, really hard to find collections. Really, really hard to discover them.
There's also no metrics on collection, like how many views or how many kind of downloads or whatever you're pulling from it.
Exactly. I mean, that sort of stuff should be in the, if you go to my collections, this page here is just trash, and it has been for a long time, but it wasn't intended to be. We had huge plans for what would be behind this fake modal pop-up. A lot of people think that they can close this somehow and get to this page behind here, and yeah, we know about that. But from this page, you should be able to create collections. You should be able to add content to your collections from here, and yeah, we're aware of that. Yeah, the landing page gives the impression that it doesn't work yet. Exactly. Yeah. That's something that we're trying to address for sure. Because collections could be fantastic, and it will be fantastic because we're really going to lean into it. Yeah. But the whole concept of creating a collection by collecting something into it first, you can't just create an empty collection. It has to actually collect something. I think that has to change as well. It'd be nice just to have an empty folder that you can then go and put your stuff into. You could create your folders ahead of time rather than actually have to go and look for the content and find it. Tabs on the notifications would be cool. Okay, have you got insider info? Because that is a thing that's coming. So we have a project ongoing right now called Notifications V2, and I've seen some of the designs for it. None of it's implemented yet, but yeah, it's going to have ways to filter by different types of collections. It's going to have like a bunch of buttons across the top. They're going to be all categorized. You'll be able to turn on and off notifications from here a lot more easily than going in here and account settings. Also going to simplify those as well. Look at the number of things that you can be notified for. It's absolutely absurd, you know? And it just keeps growing.
I think it still has like some club stuff in it.
It does, yeah.
As well.
It does. We never got rid of it. So, yeah, this list here, it's not really apparent what it is that you're, what each of these are. And it doesn't help that all of them are just kind of blue, so we're going to color code them. You do get red ones occasionally. Red ones are system messages, but they're few and far between. So I think there's going to be some sort of color coding. This menu is going to be bigger. It's, yeah. And I think most people, myself included, just open up the notifications and hit the mark all as red. I'm definitely guilty of that. We're also looking at ways to speed this up. So I've clicked this button and it took a good, 10 seconds to clear those out. And sometimes they never clear out. I'm sure you've noticed that.
The red circle of doom.
Yeah, you'll notice that that's sometimes it just never goes away, which is super infuriating. So hopefully that's going to change. We're making changes to the way that collections are stored. It's our biggest and slowest table on the site. And I can tell you that some users with a lot of content, I guess maybe, Lycon, people like that, they have over what was the number now? Somebody had 1 million notifications. And this table is massive. This table it's way bigger than 10 million records. Yeah. And it's super slow, and we're working out ways to make that a bit faster. I mean, does anyone actually look at past notifications,
Sure.
You look
beyond like the last
like a day
7 days
or 7,
whatever I can scroll to reasonably. No.
Right. Yeah. So there's no time period filter or anything. Just like you're attacking on.
You just have to scroll and scroll and scroll, and it's no point.
Right.
Yeah, but you see the difference between those you already marked as having read and the ones you don't have read.
True. But I do think that putting some sort of time limit on notifications and clearing them out after a certain time would make sense. I don't think there's ever a use case for looking at notifications from, 3 or 4 months ago.
If you didn't click on it then, you're probably not going to click on it now.
Right. Yeah. Let me see. The red circle is like red to a bull. Absolutely. I'm lucky that it's gone away right now. A save flag to retain specific ones. Okay, maybe. Maybe. Might be useful, perhaps. Okay, I'll think about that. Let's see what else is in the comments here. Infinite scrolling on models page and not able to sort by older first is a problem. Yes, I agree with that one for sure. Sorting by oldest first is not a thing, and it should be. There's like the poor man's version of that where, you just go to a model. That's really the only way that you can discover the really old content is to kind of Russian roulette it manually. So you go to a model and start typing in numbers.
Careful, you never know what you'll find.
I know, it's exciting. Here we go. No, let's do.
We just need a random button on the front page.
Well, we did talk about that. Oh God, Miley Cyrus. Quick scroll away. Oh, thank goodness it's tagged properly. Wow. So yeah, November 13th, 2022. So we're really old. Wow. But I only got 4 stars.
Bummer, man. Wasn't so good.
I like to live on the edge, yeah. Date ranges. Okay. Yeah, we talked about that. We've talked about some sort of discovery for old stuff, so I will bring it up again with the team and see. I don't know why it's never been implemented. I don't know. It seems like it's something that a lot of people have asked for in the past. But a random button, we did talk about putting this in somewhere, where you would be able to specify random within a certain category. You know, I want to see a random furry model, you know, with a certain threshold of downloads or whatever. Major Morse, I'm feeling unlucky. That would pull out anything in the triple X or above category. Yeah.
It just gives you something that has a less than 5-star or less than 4 or 3.
Right. That's funny. I'm feeling unlucky. Pretty good. Can we have a featured images showcase on our own models where we pick the best generated images to showcase on top? Yeah, we have. Okay, that's interesting because let's go to one of the ones on the front page, not mine. Okay. Before I come back to that, Ralph, one of the things I did want to mention was we had a request a while ago to also be able to hide not safe for work content that is your own. Right now, even if you're set to safe or my filters, you'll still see your own not safe for work content that you've uploaded. So we need to make a way to make the site entirely safe, just in case grandma's browsing. So I don't want to click around too much because I do have some not safe for work content on my own page, and just knowing my luck, I'll find it. And I also, being a moderator, I also see content which has not yet been scanned, so gotta be real careful with what I'm clicking on. But so, say we went to a model Lunar New Year Dragon style. Surely this one's safe. Okay. Featured images showcase on our own models where we pick the best generated images to showcase on top. So if you remember way back, maybe 6 months ago, and you can still see this if you go, no, you can't see it, tell a lie. You guys can't get to the Civitai account. So if you go to users/Civitai, which is the main account, you'll just get a 404, I think. But you can hit the models on that account, and one of the models is, let's just duplicate this, is the SVD model. And you'll see in the showcase carousel images, maybe. Come on. Okay, here we go. So you'll see the from community button. Do you remember this, Ralph? We got rid of it because, okay, yeah. So what this is people can post their review images down here, and those images will get randomly picked and put into the carousel. And we got rid of it at the time because there was no way for the owner of the model to control which images were put up here. And you could make a safe for work model and people would prompt for not safe for work content, loot content, whatever, and it would be showcased in your model carousel, which just sucked. So we took it away. It's only available on anything that's owned by the Civitai account right now. But so we're thinking of something like that, but controllable. Just like we can now control I'm going to have to go to one of my own models. Which one's the safe one? This one, I think. Just like you can control the content that you have in your gallery now. So this is a kind of a new thing. Little button here. Lets you specify what kind of content people can put or is shown in the gallery below your model. So I think now that we have that, it might be nice, absolutely, Ralph, to be able to pick some images and put them up top. I am making a note. That might also be difficult because there is a hard limit of 20 images in the carousel. So, are you saying that you'd maybe want to extend that? We'll have to mention that to the devs. There's a hard limit of 20 images pretty much everywhere. In posts, 20 images. I'm not sure why we went with 20, but someone says that money icon next to the logo is hideous. The one up here. Oh, we got to do it again. I think it's random. Yeah, it's random. And there's five of them. There's the heart, there's the do it, there's the money, there's the supporter badge, and we had a poll, I believe, and the money won. I think people liked the money the most. Yeah. Oh, if you got more than 20 images, there was a bug. So people were able to use the on-site generator, and they would generate, and I'll just pull this off here for a second while I make sure my generator's clean. Yep. And there was a bug at one point where you could go to your feed and you could select, 50, 60, 100 images and then click post, and it would put them all into a single post. But so I think that's the only way I know of that you could get more than 20. Or just a regular upload. Yeah, then that must have been pretty buggy as well. There's actually a change coming here that I know of right now. When you're selecting images, you can select more than 20 and you can hit post, but only the first 20 that you selected will actually be put into the post, and people think, hey, where's the rest? There's no indication that there's only 20 allowed. So you're going to stop being able to pick images. Oh, actually, I'm not quite sure about that. There's going to be a selector that here, when you've got the 20, I think the post button will grey out after you've picked more than 20. And you'll also get a notification here, X number of 20 for the post. Let's see. Speaking of gallery, I changed my icon a week back and the gallery icon is still never updated. Yeah, there has been an ongoing issue. Anyone else got this? Are you talking about your profile picture in the top corner? Or is it something different? Because there's definitely been a historic issue with profile pictures where, if you look at model cards.
If you go to the leaderboard right now, you can actually see
okay, yeah.
an issue with it.
So sometimes you'll change your picture and it won't change on the model cards, or it won't change on the leaderboards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of the ones on the leaderboard don't have a picture at all. It just shows their initials, I noticed.
Sure. Yep. Let's see. PFPs. Not consistent. Some sort of a cache issue.
Maybe, yeah.
And they've fixed it in a few places, but it keeps coming back. So leaderboards.
Also, while we're talking about that top bar, it reminded me
Mm-hmm.
the new button. Well, it's more like a new hover now. But before it was like a button, you had to click it to pop out. Now you just hover over and it pops out. At least on mine.
Yeah, it's an on hover. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we go back to on click? Is that possible?
I don't think so. The designers.
You can click on it, but it doesn't do anything. It bounces around all day. But
it's so if you click it, it pops up on the generator.
Oh, I just have the green new button for mine.
Oh, you've got the green new button?
I have the generator
okay, so
disabled in the setting, yeah.
Yeah, if you have legacy account settings, then yes, it doesn't work quite well. It's not correct. But those legacy settings will eventually all disappear.
I know, I'm so sad.
I know. Yep. But it does cause no end of issues. So when we rolled out ads, the it's like double the testing that has to be done. We have to turn
Yeah.
these off, test everything, turn them on, test everything. Yeah, and they still
then
cause
sometimes combinations of them to do different things. Right?
exactly.
Permutations and things.
Richie.
Yep.
Embrace the changes.
So difficult to do it.
Yeah.
Old school.
No, so just if you have turned off some of those, just prepare yourself, because they will be going at some point. Sorry about that. Let's see. Self-reacting towards your images count towards ranking. No, same with self-reviewing your own stuff. No. It makes you feel better though. I do it to all my stuff.
You know, it's a legit strategy. If you like and heart your own image, then other
Mhm.
people don't have to click the little plus button to pop it out, and they'll just click it.
Right, exactly.
It's like you're
exactly.
metagaming their minds. You're in their head.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. No, I like it because I forget that I've liked my images, and I'm like, oh, someone likes my image. Yep. Let's see. Costs, bandwidth costs, generation costs. Yeah, massive. Really, really expensive. So, we're looking at ways to make that work for us in the long term, and ads was part of that. Unfortunately, as you've all noticed, but we haven't talked about, they're not there anymore. Did anyone actually notice that they'd gone?
Gone what?
The ads on the site. Did anyone actually notice that ads that you weren't getting, toenail fungus and psoriasis scalp? I see. A lot of
I
you,
haven't been paying much attention.
a lot of your supporters, yeah. Yeah, so they've temporarily gone, but they'll be back at some point. We were just not satisfied with the quality of the ads that were being served. We couldn't get rid of the psoriasis and the toenail fungus. So they've gone until we can find more, direct marketing. We were going through, ad affiliates, and the sort of content that they were serving us just wasn't great. We don't want to. Felt like it felt bad coming to the site and seeing really, really low end ads. So we're going to try and wait until we've got better offerings to give you. And yeah, we never got round to an option to turn on ads, even if they were if you were subscribing. And no hot cougars in your area. No. But eventually, we do have plans. We've got the ad guy is working on it. There are plans to bring it back in a better sort of way, better sort of state. And yeah, probably having an option to turn on ads so you can see the cougars, even if you're a supporter, would be good. Yeah, sorry, no fungus, Laura. I think I've got screenshots. I think I screenshotted it. So if you want to train on the fungus and psoriasis ads, then let me know. I can send those over. What else have we got here? No, I think that's about it. I don't have anything else to share. Let me have a quick look at my list. Can't share. Oh, memory usage. We talked about. I talked with the devs this morning a little bit about this tab is using 700 meg. This tag 147, but if you look at comparable sites, a lot less. And we're aware of it, and they're looking at it. But I think I'm using so much, and I brought it up yesterday when somebody brought it up, that the socials block, especially me streaming on Twitch and having it live on the website right here, that uses up a lot of memory in the browser. But there's also other considerations. It's not a memory leak as such. It's and I'm not a developer, but it's some of the functions and the framework that we've used to power the site are just that's just how they roll. So if you're a front end developer, give us a shout if you feel like you can help us with this. But it's kind of baked in now. We're kind of set with the Civitai unless we have unless we make big backend changes, big framework changes. I mean, who's to say that we won't? It's it might be on the cards. because we're still growing, a lot of content coming in every day, a lot of new users, so we have to make sure that we're able to support them all. It's really exciting to have you all. Let's see. Okay, this is interesting. First time chatter in the Twitch. Thanks for joining us. Shouldn't the site contain a tab that describes what it's really all about? And yeah, I absolutely agree. We've just today we ran across some new people who had absolutely no idea what the site was for, were really interested in AI art, wanted to get started. And looking at it from their perspective, it's actually really, really hard. It's almost impenetrable to kind of work out, the jargon, what all these things do, what's a trainer, what's a LoRa. And I mean, we've got this information, but it's spread out everywhere. So we've got this wiki, we've got the education hub, but putting the pieces together when you don't know anything is really, really hard. We've got Civbot down here, who's really good at answering questions on generative AI topics, but knowing these things, knowing the questions to ask is really difficult. These, unknown unknowns. So yeah, we are going to put together a lot better educational content on how to deal with that. And I mean, we have...
What is more important is the about us, like why Civitai was founded.
I don't think that's more important. Nobody cares why. They just want to make the movie pictures, right? But we do have that, and you can ask Civbot all about that. We need to, I think, just
the actual button, like about us or about Civitai, is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in the menu. There's an article for it. I could point you at an article, and you could ask Civbot.
I've seen the article. But
yeah.
So, like, if you see at the bottom where usually there's an about us page, nothing like that on Civitai.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, Civbot knows all about it, but if you don't know about Civbot, then yep, you're shit out of luck. But I will be making changes to the absolute beginner's guide. We have a 100% beginner's guide here. God, I can't type. But even just reading it over.
But if you have to search for it, doesn't that defeat the entire purpose?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So we need to definitely make sure that these things are surfaced when you first come, when you first sign up. And some of the videos that Tyler's been making go a long way towards that. We've got intro to generative AI art. We've got intro to Civitai coming out real soon. They're going to be up on the YouTube in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we need to surface this stuff, and I also need to write it from I've written this. It's fairly easy to understand, but when you look at it from the viewpoint of someone who knows absolutely nothing, like a caveman just seen a PC for the first time, it's completely impenetrable. I read through it and I came out thinking, wow, I couldn't do anything with this article. So yeah, we really need to get a lot deeper. And
before I'm getting called out, Dever is probably of the opinion that I should probably write something like that.
It looks like you're trying to make some pictures. Would you like some help with that? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Clicky for Civitai. Yeah. That makes sense. And we have talked about that for the generator. We've talked about making it, kind of Focus-like for complete newbies who just want to come in and start making images where you'll just have a prompt box and nothing else. And it could maybe dynamically select a checkpoint for you based on what you type in, cartoon dog. Okay, maybe it wouldn't select any furry stuff, but it would give you, a LoRa that generates cartoon images, something like that. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of ways that we could make this a lot more user-friendly. And we're seeing a lot more users join up that have absolutely no idea what's going on. So we're going to have to make changes for sure. Let's see. Oh, I've got one more change that we just talked about today. Oh, surprise! Civitai doesn't have LLM chatbot. I mean, technically we do, but we have talked about this. So Civbot is, an LLM chatbot. He'll chat to you all day. He just won't roleplay with you, maybe. It's hard to get him to roleplay because I've kind of locked him down. But in the future, we've talked about going multimodal. We've talked about having audio gen and LLMs on the site. And it's something that's definitely going to happen further down the line. But nope, Civbot will not talk dirty to you. I hope he won't anyway. I really hope he won't. But yeah, absolutely. Major Morris is saying that he has not tried to jailbreak the bot. You could definitely do it when he was first implemented, but now he's a lot better. I spent months and months reading all your conversations, all the things that people have typed in, and kind of locking him down. But yeah, if you please go ahead, give it a go, and let me know how you get on. Oh, you didn't know there was a Civbot? Yeah, Civbot's down in the bottom right corner. There's an About Civbot here. And I'll take you to the education and tell you a little bit about how he's made and what sort of responses that he will give you and what he can and can't do. And he can also he can't create images directly, but he can prompt. He can give you weighted prompts that produce images like this. So I just copy and paste the prompt from Civbot into the generator, and these are generated on site. So he's pretty good. He's pretty funny. Has some funny responses. What else? Oh yeah, one last thing before I go. Civbot may be integrated at some point into the DM system. So we might move him across from here and make him like a permanently pinned conversation where you can converse with him. And eventually, it would be really, really good to have him interface directly with the generator so that he could pass prompts straight into the generator. And that's the goal. So, a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, if you notice any problems with Civbot, then you can just tell him, I'll see your conversations because Civbot and I are besties and we talk every day. And I can see everything going on. I encourage you to check him out. He's actually really pretty knowledgeable. He has all the context from our Civitai wiki. Yeah, Pitby Civbot in DMs instead of only in the corner. I was just talking about that. Yep, exactly. He would just be a permanently pinned conversation at the top here. And then, after that, there would be all the possibilities of, giving Civbot a persona, waifu bot. I'd love that. How is Civitai officially pronounced? It's Civitai with an I, and it comes from the Latin civitas. It's kind of a really bad pun, play on words. Civitas means community in Latin, and that's how it's intended to be pronounced. But a lot of people think it's Civitai because of the logo and the dot. It feels like the AI is a separate part, but yeah, I pronounced it Civit AI for the longest time, months and months. Took me a long time to. Yeah, I think a lot of people pronounce it Civit AI. Yep. Let's see. Last questions before I go. It's really surprising how many people don't know that there is a Civbot.
Ellie, I have to correct you. Civitas means civilian.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Yep, I knew it was something to do with people. So that was Justin's thinking. And if you ask Civbot, he will direct you to an article where Justin has talked about why he chose Civitas, and because the technical term for all of us are Civitans. I don't know if you know that, but anyone who uses Civitai and is a Civitai member is a Civitan. Yeah. Let's see. Civbot, the fine line between getting users to know about features and annoying pop-ups. Yes, so Civbot will never pop up. You have to actually invoke him from the button in the corner here if you want to talk to him. And there's a few like pre-canned options that you can just click and he'll explain for you. Cool. What else is happening? Sip on DMs. Yeah, we got that one. All right. I don't have anything else for you. I think I've given you all the updates that I know of. Tyler will be on tomorrow with his video stuff, which is really awesome. And Max will be back on Monday. He didn't do officers this week, but he was just too busy. But he'll be back on Monday, and I will be back on Tuesday, and I'll try and get answers for all those questions that I've got here. I'll go and send them straight to Justin. And hopefully we'll have some movement on the upscaling in the generator. I'm really looking forward to that.
Cool.
Absolutely. Good show. All right.
Take care.
Any questions
Thank you.
before I go? Last questions before I go? Nope.
All right.
Good show. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you all coming. Check out the socials. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye.